Three, two, one. Hi Kiwi and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 1. This is our mirror setup for the day, and as promised in the last one, we are going to be taking the aspect of Demeter, the Zeus keepsake, and we are going to be going for our first ever 40 heat clear on the Twin Fists. This is our heat setup for today. I am absolutely not taking extreme measures for. I do not see that ever going well on a melee build, so we will be taking heightened security as an alternative. We can handle damage control just fine. I am taking one level of approval process, one level of calisthenics program, and then kind of just the usual for everything else. Of course, 2 levels of tight deadline feels very doable. Once we get to 5 minutes tight deadline per floor, it just gets so much harder, so we're not going to go that route.
That dog is not your plaything, boy. Cerberus defends our realm so that no one gets in alive, or gets out either way.
So in typical Zappy Pappy fashion, we are going to just go for the attack on our fists and just build as much lightning damage as possible. Okay, we are getting a hammer to start. Long knuckle sounds great. That'll give us some extra range, which can help us a lot against meleeers. But early on, our DPS is going to be lacking until we get that Zeus boon, unfortunately. Chaos, honestly, yeah.
I recommend making a brief detour.
Boon rarity up would probably be my best option. HP attack up is decent, but
The rhythm of your visits here over the course of time is pleasant, son of Hades.
a lot of our damage is going to come from the fixed damage of Zeus boons. More damage from behind. I reroll here, and there's nothing I want there.
What about these?
Boon rarity or special damage. Yeah, we'll take boon rarity because more Zeus rarity. Oh, there's our first Zeus boon. We're going to lock him in right now. Demeter is not really appealing on this build, but I could make her work on the special, I guess, for the increased base damage. That would work reasonably well. But basically, we want to get Zeus's legendary, jolted, or static discharge rather, and then if we can find a way to start stacking up his call afterwards, that would be the ideal. A duo with Aphrodite for what's it called, smoldering air, would be delightful because that would make our call do an insane amount of damage with Zeus.
Hello, young man. And might I offer you a little taste of the heavens themselves? Though don't go telling your old sulky father I've been spoiling you rotten.
Oh, he'll know. Of course. Thanks, Zeus. All right, I have to reroll. We need his attack. Okay, lowest tier attack, but his attack nonetheless. That will help us a lot with our overall DPS and gets the build online. We'll hope for an early static discharge, and that will really bring up our damage to where we need it to be. Splitting bolt after that if we can get it, which will mean we'll need, like, what is it, Storm Lightning, the one that makes our electric bolts bounce more times. I find that tier 2 to just be horrendously underwhelming. Like, comparing it to Double Strike as an alternative and High Voltage to a lesser alternative. Like, one is objectively better compared to the rest. I'm going to have to learn to kind of weave in my specials here or there when the Greater Cutter is charged, because look at that damage. It does do a very decent amount of damage.
For the mirror.
All right, we go for the Nectar here. It'll get a palm level on our attack. Granted, that palm level is going to give us like 4 extra damage, which is next to nothing. Like, the thing about Zeus is one boon from Zeus usually isn't enough to cut it, unless it's a special on a weapon like the Zeus disc or the aspect of Zeus on the shield. Zeus is the sort of god who has like actually honestly still pretty strong early game, but he scales wildly out of control once you get a little bit more of his a few more of his boons. In hindsight though, Long Knuckle could have worked for a Sea Storm build probably, because as long as you're like dashing into enemies, your Long Knuckle should reach them. Do I take the Cyclops Jerky here? Now I'll leave it. I'll save my coin because there are boons we want. We can't afford anything from the shop, so we'll take the Sisyphus and the free gold here.
Hello. Baldy and I will always be here in your time of need, Princess.
Sisyphus is always a friend. Thank you for the money, bud. And then Baldy, some good RNG from you too, please. Oh, and hey, there's Poseidon. He heard us talking about
Hey,
him.
Baldy, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Kill.
Good chat.
2% damage reduction, not really amazing, but we'll take it. That equates to next to nothing in reality, but a Poseidon call here would be pretty awesome. I mean, I've made it pretty clear I love Poseidon's call. I've used it a fair few runs in a row now, so maybe I don't go that route, but it is 40 heat. I need to play safe, and Poseidon's call is extra safe. We'll see what we're given.
You stabbed me.
Good tidings, my most favored nephew. All is relatively well, I hope. But hope alone is worthless without action, is it not? So here, let's act together.
What have you got, Poseidon? We have got Ocean's Bounty, or honestly, Hydraulic Might isn't a bad option. I'm probably going to go Ocean's Bounty just so I can afford boons, but Hydraulic Might is a very hard decision. Maybe, honestly, I do need the damage, but nah, I'm going to...
The oceans.
More coin means more boons that I can sell. I need a boon to sell, and I think HP is more valuable here because, again, the level ups on our attack right now give next to no damage. Unfortunately, the base damage on Zeus's attack is very low. It's everything that comes after it, the jolted damage and his legendary, that make it kind of start to scale insanely well. And it gives us very good room clear for AoE DPS on a relatively single target focused weapon. All right. Well, let's see. What can I talk about in the meantime? So I have recently been learning how to animate, and in theory, assuming I am able to keep the schedule that I'm hopeful for, I will have already uploaded my first ever hand-drawn animation that I made for Kiwi's, to celebrate Kiwi's birthday, and also, I guess technically, although slightly just separate days, if I upload it on schedule, it will be uploaded on Lorenz Hellman Gloucester from not Kingdom Hearts, what the heck, Fire Emblem Three Houses fame.
I can't.
But in case it hasn't been uploaded, I won't spoil what that animation is. Just know that I have made something disgusting, and something that I'm pretty darn proud of because it looks pretty great for what it is.
It's you or me, fishies.
But yeah, it's been really fun to learn how to animate. All the when I do custom thumbnails, which aren't regular, I've been trying to. That was the thing I decided to do for Nine Soul, to just learn how to make thumbnails. So I've been practicing with that. Some are good, some are whatever. A lot of them are just clip art of PNGs. So like, yeah, they're kind of like base level, not that impressive. But I feel like a lot of. Ooh, excellent. Okay, another Zeus spoon. Whether it's a trial or not, we need as much Zeus spoon as we can get. We'll take every option we have when it's offered.
Greatly decided, nephew.
What do we get? Poseidon. Hydraulic. Now I take Hydraulic Might right now, but I like your cast. Yeah. I'm going to sell either of these, so probably Hydraulic Might. I think it makes more sense, but the cast is more fun. I'm committing to the one that will help us with our tight deadline issue.
Father likewise turned his back on me before, nephew, and we both know what has become of him. I'd caution you against this.
Yeah, I think just we're running into tight deadline issues on Tartarus I'm worried about, so a little bit of more damage in the early fight will help us substantially. I feel like Hydraulic Might overall falls off pretty hard as you get to higher heats, especially with Jury summons on, because enemies, just the time it takes for enemies to spawn in is much longer than the 10 seconds of increased damage you're granted. But this does definitely make a difference for boss fights and mini bosses, because the less time those enemies are alive, the faster you can kill the less likely you are to get hit, right? It might also pressure you into being more aggressive in the first 10 minutes, so there's that downside, but whatever. Zeus is objectively easier to handle in a trial, so that's why we're taking him instead of Poseidon as our first god. I don't actually know if like the first god you choose has an increased rarity or not. That might be something that changed my overall decision process.
I say, such petty squabbles. Aren't we better than this, Zagreus?
No, we're not. Give me something good. Static Discharge. Okay, lowest tier Static Discharge, but Static Discharge nonetheless. Coin. It's probably not worth it, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to risk it for the tight deadline. And we have a Chaos Gate.
Dares?
I'm surprised we have so many Chaos Gates in Tartarus, but I'm not going to complain. We desperately need as much damage early as we can until Zeus gets stacked up. Honestly, at this point, though, from Chaos, attack damage up isn't bad, special damage up isn't bad. Casts are useless. We're not building around casts at all on this build. We could benefit from HP up, and Boon Rarity is probably our best option.
Why do I pay these
That's
wretches?
unfortunate.
All right, take the coin, go for the Chaos. Oh, no, I took too much damage. I can't take it. That's unfortunate, but at least we can get the reroll here from the key. So it's not the end of the world, and honestly, the reroll might be more valuable than what Chaos can give us, frankly, so as disappointing as it is to not be able to take that gate, it's probably for the best that we took the key room anyway. In the meantime, so yeah, so I'm learning how to animate. Basically, probably for my last birthday, like last year's birthday, I believe, or maybe it was Christmas gift. I am so bad at remembering how I acquire items unless there's a like very intensely memorable story associated with it, and just receiving a gift from someone I love dearly apparently isn't enough. But regardless, Kiwi got me for a gift a drawing tablet, and I've been learning how to use it slowly because basically, like I said before,
I cannot glean the details of your predicament right now, cousin. Though maybe this shall help.
I've talked about this in the past, but I used to teach, and there's still a thought in me that wants to make like a side YouTube channel about teaching organic chemistry again, because I was so passionate and loved it so much, and it made me feel good at what I was doing.
You ready, Megara? Tisiphone? Let's go.
Hands down, the most job satisfaction I've ever had out of any like vocational type thing I've done. and it's been a long time since I've done that, but I definitely feel my strengths are in communication and education, and so like having a drawing tablet where I can draw out how reactions occur, how to move the electrons, that sort of thing for organic chemistry. I'd love to do it again. I just haven't had the time. I mean, it may be a winter project sort of thing, maybe, who knows. It would be fun if that were the case. Probably won't happen, but I can think about it and hope one day it happens.
What in the hell was that?
Anyway, oh, well, that was unfortunate damage. Oh my goodness, I almost did it again. We're still making pretty decent dime on oh my goodness. I forgot that that pillar's a solid object and it would bounce off of it. Unfortunate. Oh well, I think one more greater cutter and she's done. There we go. Just had to get my flow back and dodge appropriately. All right, Kiwi.
That's tough.
One floor done. Not making a great argument that this is going to go well, but we'll see how it goes. We're not through the woods, but we are through Tartarus, which is 1/4 of the woods, I guess. I don't know. What are the woods here? But
Next stop, Asphodel.
yeah, I figured with 9 souls, which
Let's
is
see
currently
here.
being uploaded, I think. What am I going to sell? Is it worth re-rolling to sell? Because these are, I think I just give up Hydraulic Might. There's only so much benefit we get from it, and it's
Use the
definitely the most
extra
purgeable of our options. We'll go for Athena here, lock in for potential Death Defiance. Oh, I guess I'll just take that. I have so much coin, I may as well. Maybe taking Athena here was a mistake. Maybe I should have gone for Artemis for crit chance. That probably would have been the better option, but I think there are still some boons I want from Athena if I can get them. Sure footing would be really helpful against a heightened security
Asphodel.
Hades. Do I go for? There's no way I'm going to beat this Erebus Gate, but I gotta risk it because, like I said, I want Artemis. If I can have Artemis on this build, awesome. Realistically speaking, I very much doubt that I'm going to get this.
That you've returned.
We'll try it though. We'll see how it goes. We'll hope. I'm probably going to lose it. Oh gosh, we got Flame Chariots to teleport. There is no way I'm keeping this. One of them's going to teleport right behind me and pop it immediately. Unlucky. That one in the corner just hasn't seemed to have noticed me yet, which is kind of funny. But guaranteed, it's gonna just happen. Just watch. I'm trying to play super safe. We popped 2 of them. There's gotta be more than that. Oh my goodness. Athena Dash saved me from that. I am so lucky. We might actually get this somehow. One more to go. I think I got it. Oh my goodness, Kiwi, I got it. Wow. I'm cool.
Deft on your
Hey, you take care of yourself, all right?
That's the moral of that story, right? I am cool. Epic tier pressure points. We don't ask for much more than that. Athena boon or Hermes. I could probably go Hermes here. Like I said, Athena. There are things I want from Athena, but Hermes is objectively more important right now. It's so inconsistent. Sometimes I feel like I can dash through that corner, and sometimes I can't, and I can't. Maybe I'm just mistaken, and I could never dash through that, but I swear I could in some instances. No matter. Anyway, so yeah, Kiwi got me a drawing tablet that I used intermittently, sparingly initially, and I still haven't used for teaching in any capacity, but I've been casually drawing things. I drew my sister a birthday present of a little Pokemon band made out of a Psyduck, a Jinx, and a Gengar, which are among her favorite Pokemon. And then I've been doing, like I said, I've been trying to learn how to do thumbnails because I figure
Afraid there's no one faster than myself here, cuz. The good news is you are about to close the gap.
What have you got for us, Hermes? Hyper Sprint, please? Hyper Sprint, my man. Thank you. Love that on the gauntlets. Love that on the gauntlets. We'll take the shop here for a free room and potentially a boon we want. We definitely have the coin for it. But yeah, so basically my goal with every new series on this channel... Oh my goodness, the Zeus boon, awesome. The boons he offers, less awesome. Do I reroll here? Or do I just take Electric Shot? I'll take Lightning Reflexes. Because again, we are trying to build static like double strike high voltage eventually. We'll take the Athena room. Not that we might have much of a choice here. Why is it always the Skull Crusher Mega Gorgon? Why can't it be the Witch's Circle? I love the Witch's Circle. The Witch's Circle is my friend when I have Athena's Dash. These guys are never my friends. Why do I have to keep fighting them? Why is the game so insistent on me fighting these guys? Oh well, at least we managed to hit them both with Sisyphus, which is gonna help us a lot in getting rid of them. And honestly, I might just be able to melt down the... Okay, cool. We got the Skull Crusher. Now it's just the Mega Gorgon. We should be fine. But yeah, my goal on this channel is like gradual but notable improvement and learning. Like, I don't expect to ever make this a career. Blinding Flash or Brilliant Riposte? I think we just take Blinding Flash. It'll help us set up for Privileged status, which will be a good damage up for us. And Eurydice here. So Refreshing Nectar, we have Hyper Sprint. We could potentially see a really strong rush delivery if we take that. So that'll likely be the route I'm going. Alternatively, there is a reason to...
You want the best cooking in all of Asphodel?
You know where to go.
There is a reason to consider Ambrosia Delight, but nah, Refreshing Nectar for sure. I mean, there are too many boons here it could hit that I don't want. So yeah, Refreshing Nectar all the way.
Oh, good choice there, hon.
And now we keep going. Anyway, so like again, each series I'm trying to learn something new, how to edit a funny thing or make thumbnails in the case of Nine Souls and practice my voice acting. Hades is kind of my comfort game. It's like I found a good flow with it, and I definitely recognize that the series has stagnated in regards to it's not really doing anything new or creative, but I do have a plan once I've kind of decided to fully commit to mods. I have an idea for something called the Hunt for the Best Build, or Hades Hunt for the Greatest Build, something like that. And basically what I'm going to do is maybe a series of, if not full runs, definitely like short clips of runs where I use the I use the mods to get the best possible individual build of a gimmick I can get, and see how they fare against higher difficulty heats or certain challenging limitations. And then over time accumulate them on a tier list of how I think they perform, how easy they are to acquire, how fun they are.
I'll take this one.
Man, we are not getting any of his tier 2s, but I guess I'll take his special. Nah. Reroll maybe? I don't know. I'll just take his cast, whatever. I could buy that palm, but I'd rather save it for more boons in the shop. We're eventually gonna run out of Zeus boons to get, and he will give us his legendary eventually, right? Right.
Now, prepare to die.
All right, Lerny, bring it on. I should be able to melt his heads pretty fast, all things considered. It's mostly just he can also melt us if I'm not careful, and I do have to be melee range, so those chin slams are a bit of an issue. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of like that's what I'm thinking will be the next like level up on. Pardon me, level up on Hades is just messing around with really silly gimmick builds forced with mods to their upper level of potential, and then talking about their viability, how they stack up against each other, and saying, well, is this viable? How good would it be? What I would probably do is I would do a like low tier, like use the lowest tier boons to see how viable they are at their weakest potential, and then do a second run where I like max out them all heroic with palm levels and see like what the most extreme potential of the build would be. I am going to lose a Death Defiance. Unfortunate. I dropped Sisyphus hoping I could steal his food, but I was just trying to dash away because there were so many things coming at me at once. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Like, again, unfortunately, until we get Zeus's legendary, our overall DPS potential is a little lackluster right now. That's the nature of these Twin Fists. They scale extremely well, but they have a rough early game especially, and honestly a rough late game because of being melee distance. And I'm not using Long Knuckle to its fullest potential. I recognize that for sure. I could be spacing a lot better. But admittedly, the Twin Fists, well, I definitely think I do better on them than the sword, just because they have, I think it's more the weapon carrying me than me carrying the weapon, honestly. The Twin Fists just have really good base damage, really good hammers, and can build a lot of different ways and still be super viable. The sword, to play well, I need Athena's dash at all times. Or a really gimmicky cast build with Poseidon, I guess. Poseidon's aspect, not Poseidon's boons, specifically.
I trust you had a pleasant stay in
We are not getting good offerings in the Pool of Purging, I swear. We're having real bad luck. I don't think I reroll here. Like, Lightning Reflexes is decent to sell, but I'm probably gonna have to let go of pressure points because the other two are just too core to my build. That sucks. We're gonna take Acorn the rest of the way. I probably buy this Death Defiance, yeah.
This one.
Light of Ixion would be more fun, but I gotta play safe. I'm running a melee build. There's no guarantee we see Patroclus, and frankly, if I do get to Patroclus, I'd like to have my 3 Death Defiances so I can take his attack damage up, seeing as Zeus can only do so much damage for us here. But yeah, so like I openly acknowledge this channel is a very slow learning process for me. Learning how to edit, learning how to maintain an upload schedule, learning how to like divvy up my time between recording, editing, rendering, and of course my like personal life and work schedule, which again, I'm in my busiest season and will be until November, so it is hard to keep up a daily upload, but frankly, I know full well that it's not a big deal if I stop uploading for some period of time. It's more about the principle. It's the, if I do give myself that out, I may just let it go for far longer than I want it to.
That's a relief.
Poseidon or Hermes? We still have Refreshing Nectar. We go for Hermes because, again, rush delivery here is just so incredible. Anyway, what else can I say? So yeah, like I know the thing about learning how to make YouTube content is you're gonna make a lot of mistakes, you're gonna make a lot of bad videos, and in the process you're gonna get better, learn, and that's the nature of learning any craft. And again, I have with this channel done some incredible things that I never thought I would have ever done. I never would have done Hades challenge runs, and I mean, again, 32 heat was my benchmark for success, and it was where I stopped playing on my original playthrough. I beat 30 heat. And I was satisfied, and I beat it, I think I beat it with Rama and Chiron, and I think that was it, honestly. I don't think I beat it with any other weapon. I didn't even try. I didn't think it was possible, and yet here I am, and I pop out 32 heats like they're casual runs now, and for me, like an actual 32 heat worthy challenge is 40 heat now, and like, yeah, Elysium is often where these runs come and die for these higher heat runs, but like, look at this. It is happening. I have 3 Death Defiances. I have 69 HP. Nice. I have a bare minimum Zeus build. Very bare minimum. Auto reload. Greatest reflex level 3. I think I take that. Like, yeah, rush delivery would be amazing. I could reroll for it, but we don't question rush. We don't question 3 extra dashes. We take it and we love it. Especially on a melee build. The more dashes I have, the safer I will be, because our dash strike does some increased damage, and if we do get breaching cross, I think is the hammer's name, that increases our damage on our dash by a significant amount. But like, the question is, where do I go from here? I think right now the big interest I have is like learning to animate a bit further and improving my drawing skill. I have never had much talent for definitely the audio arts, although that again, a thing that I did on this channel that I never would have thought of doing before was that Sonic Dungeon Fighter background music mashup. Like, it just sheer serendipity. I was loading up DFO, its character select screen music started playing, and I had Triple Q's mashup of Kill la Kill's theme with Live and Learn, and I'm like, oh no, this works, and I had to create it because who else is going to create that? No one. DFO has too niche of an audience, and who else cares that much about Sonic? Well, plenty of people care a lot about Sonic, that's wrong to say, but like, who is... Ooh, hey, perfect. So dash strike deals 60% more damage, and we have 3 more dashes. That's amazing. Do I take the guaranteed Athena, or do I go for the shop? Probably Athena. Oh wait, no, that's a mini boss. I'd rather play it safe here. We take the Athena here or the Artemis here for sure. Crit chance, more crit chance, Hunter's Mark, love it, want it, need it.
You were headed this way. I said I'd stop you. Though, we'll see.
For special, it would be pretty decent too, I guess, if we get crit chance on that with the Greater Cutter. That's 5 times with a crit, could be pretty solid base damage. We'll see. Probably don't want her call. Yeah, I think support fire would be pretty funny. I honestly might take support fire, although I feel like it's not a viable choice on a 40 heat run. More for a casual run, sure, but like, you can see right now our Zeus attack really isn't doing that much damage. We need his legendary ASAP if we want to do any modicum of more damage against any boss. Thankfully, though, we don't have extreme measures 4 on, so Hades is very manageable with the Twin Fists. I'm still going to be more prone to taking damage, but with 3 dashes, I don't really have to care that much. I weave in, I hit him a bit, and then I bail out. My goodness, like that, exactly. Let's see what else. So yeah, I think the big thing is just it's so cool to learn how to animate. I would say Krita isn't necessarily the best optimized for animation, but it is certainly doing enough for my purposes, and I'm more than satisfied with it. Honestly, I think like my next creative outlet of exploration will be Blender, like maybe recreating the hand-drawn animation I've done so far in Blender and like learning some 3D CG animation too. I feel like that would be really cool and really fun. And again, it would push my limits and my knowledge base and my experiences into another level of creative exploration. But like, it's so fun. I've finally been able to create things that I could only dream of or think of, and just like have no way of ever making exist. Musical mashups, which I have no musical talent, and I know that, and yet I still made something that mostly works, and I'm so proud of that. Yeah, I guess we'll take the special. Yeah, 76% damage more on the special, plus a 15% crit chance, and we're hitting 5 times with the Demeter passive. I'd say that's pretty solid. We can make that work. But I am definitely feeling our lack of DPS, although, woo, critting on that special was just as good as I hoped it to be. Again, depending on the fact that we actually get the crit. Without the crit, it's still decent, but it's definitely lackluster, all things considered. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of chariots. We're just gonna play it a little safe. The nice thing about the thing that I figured out about the big chariots is once you get behind them and they don't have armor, that's a big if they don't have armor, you can stun lock them as long you just don't want to stand in their face, because if you stand in their face, they can like ramp up an attack, and even though it's like for 1 frame, it can still hit you if you're melee distance, and those will hit for like 20 to 30 damage on this level of heat. So we definitely don't want that. Like, it's weird. It feels like we have DPS, but we're definitely overall lacking, I would say. I think I saved my money, probably. Ooh, Patroclus versus a Zeus boon. This is such a hard choice because the Death Defiance is important, but the Zeus boon makes the build. We're going for it. And honestly, we have Athena in the room. She could give us a Death Defiance. I think it's worth trying it. I think it's worth risking it.
This pleases me.
All right, Zeus, Storm Lightning. There is your precursor to your legendary. As much as I'd like your call, I think it's objectively better that we try to set up for your legendary first.
If you had given due consideration to this matter, then I doubt you would have chosen this outcome.
Yeah, I still would have. Athena is easily the most manageable of the trial punishments. If you have enough DPS, she can't really do anything because you'll kill things faster than she can make them invulnerable. She's roughest in Elysium though because she protects the Revenants and gives them enough time to respawn, which is very frustrating to say the least, but it's only if they like position perfectly and time themselves well with that. And it doesn't seem like that's the case right now. It looks like we're getting away without much issue, thankfully. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I think if I do go the route of those more creative avenues, there's no way I could maintain a like daily upload schedule. As it is, I think part of the reason my backlog has fallen through so much is because I've been working so intensely on that Lorenz animation that I mentioned. Like all of my free time has been devoted to that because you don't appreciate it, but like animation is an extreme effort, honestly, for anything that looks at least halfway decent. One, I'm not that experienced with drawing to begin with, so I need a lot of practice just to make things look the way I want them to look.
I'm satisfied we understand each other better now, don't we? What do you say we carry on and get you from this place?
And then after all that is said and done, I still have to actually draw it multiple times with minor differences. We get awesome. We got Last Stand, so an extra Death Defiance. We did not get punished at all. We got the Death Defiance. We got a Zeus boon, and now we are set up for potentially his legendary, which I would say we don't specifically have to have, but we really want on this build. I guess it goes to say that's kind of why I decided to take the cast from Zeus, is because it'll work with multi-bounce. It's really not that great, but I can toss it out here or there and make it feel like I'm doing something with it. I should one day try and go like a Zeus cast specific build and see how it plays out. It sounds like it would be fun. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it won't be actually that great, but I want to try it at least and see how it goes. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is animation, drawing, all that stuff, you don't, and honestly just baseline video creation, you don't really appreciate how much time goes into making videos until you do it yourself. And if nothing else, this channel has given me I already had a decent respect for those who perform on the creative side of things, because it was something that I could never really confidently or capably do. And I don't necessarily claim that that isn't still the case, but it's one of those things where, like, now that I've tried it myself, I understand the amount of, at least I have a modicum of understanding of the amount of effort and talent that goes into making good YouTube content. Okay, Zeus, no, give it back, Zeus, give it back. God darn it. I have to reroll. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness, if we had that locked out twice, I would have been so salty. We now have a chance. I'm gonna probably take the HP here. Okay. We have we got our win con, I would say. I'm still gonna lose the Death Defiance here, I'm pretty sure.
Few others in Elysium are so unwise to take up arms against Asterius and myself.
All right, guys, bring it on. Or just keep it casual. We could just keep it casual. I prefer that, frankly, but yeah, we've got much better DPS now. It's still not insane. It's definitely nothing like the last run. Like last run's DPS potential was off the chart. But we're gonna make it work. We are gonna make it work. Oh my goodness, Bolt.
Such a spectacle, is it not?
Honestly, no, I take that back. Our DPS is fine. It's not like off the charts wild, but it is. I mean, look at that. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty solid damage. Okay. I'm trying to think what else I want to do creatively. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be the sort to do more mashups unless I have a like a giant strike of inspiration, and the odds of that happening are low. The real thing I'm thinking about doing that I've mentioned before was doing a like sound effect music video sort of thing with Hades content, where I drop Boldy to the beat of "We Will Rock You" by Queen. Like, that video will probably be copyright claimed in an instant if I don't like find royalty-free remake of the song. But like, I could probably make it happen. It's just it's another thing that's going to take a exorbitant amount of time. So I thought actually kind of like as a shorter, more middle ground sort of enterprise on that would be, I forget the name of the actual song, but that meme to death song, Drop It, like drop it. I'm thinking about doing that with Boldy as a funny thing, and that's 30 seconds of a memed song rather than a whole like 3 to 4 minute long, beloved, very well copyrighted song. I don't know, man. It's all food for thought at this point, but I have some fun ideas cooking. It's mostly just finding the time to make them happen, and that will probably have to wait till my winter season when I'm off work. But until then, Heroes Vanquished, I still have 3 Death Defiances. Once again, I think this is a guaranteed 40 heat clear, because for me, without Extreme Measures 4 on, the heroes are my gatekeeper. Especially with this number of Death Defiances, I feel pretty darn good. Ocean's Bounty has done its job. I think we let it go and keep the other 2. Ideally, we could afford some more things from the stick shop, but I'm okay with where we are at. This run is going surprisingly well, all things considered. Like, it's never felt like an amazing pop-off run. This is just a run that has been consistently solid, and more from, I guess, how I played than anything else, because, again, I definitely didn't get the, instant crystal clarity build. I didn't get the, like, every boon I wanted. I got some boons, and gradually they've ramped up, and we're doing well. And again, like, I feel like the Twin Fists have the worst options overall for high heat runs. I would say it's Demeter is definitely the best option. Also, we're definitely gonna take Zeus here, right? Or Poseidon. Poseidon. Oh, you know what? Poseidon's Call. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what's in here.
We're gonna take Poseidon's Call, I think.
Let's see how quickly I can slay
And then. Yeah, if we get Poseidon's Call on top of everything else, I'm just gonna be a sitting pretty happy golden goose. I don't think that's even remotely how you're supposed to use that phrase, but you know what I mean. We will be a very pleased Jeff with a very good build. Poseidon's Call is our golden goose is maybe what I want to say. I don't know. Either way, I should emphasize the fact that it's not that we haven't had good RNG on this run. Like, we've got 3 dashes, we've got hyper sprint, we've got a really good hammer for our multiple dashes, and long knuckle, which just gives us extra safety. We got Zeus's attack, we got Zeus's legendary especially. So like, it's there. We've definitely got a pretty solid build cooking here. But I have to also say, like, there's only so much that can carry us with, and it's not like we are melting enemies instantly. But we are, I think we're sitting in a good spot. And Giant Snakestone, an enemy that really likes to sit still and let me just wail on them, I can probably manage against. Do I drop a Boldy here? No, I've only got 1 Boldy left. I'd probably save it for Sisyphus unless my HP gets low. I mean, they lined up. Oh shoot, the rat dashed out of it. Honestly, knowing me, I'm probably gonna forget it against Hades, and I'd rather use it here for the heal. This is a boss that might cause me more damage than I would like, so some healing here would be good, just to keep us from losing a Death Defiance through sticks if I can avoid it. You know what would really suck, and I'm gonna totally jinx myself if I say it now and he shows up? If we get Tony the Tiny Vermin. Like, Tony the Tiny Vermin is gonna be rough to deal with, I imagine. But we've almost got, like, see what I mean? Like, our DPS feels lackluster, honestly. Like, it's clearly enough to carry the run, but it doesn't feel like it's outperforming a lot of the other builds that I would prefer. All right, Poseidon. Poseidon's Aid, there we go. Okay, awesome, love it. We'll gladly take it. Give it to us, good Poseidon. Then let's see. Now we go for Zeus. We got Poseidon's Call. Zeus could give us increased call gain. We could potentially get, I don't know, we don't have a lot of good options from Zeus, so I probably want his call boons at this point, just because I do generate a lot of God Gauge very quickly with the Twin Fist build, because I attack so quickly. I don't know, it's like, it depends on the enemies. Some enemies I feel like, wow, I have an incredible amount of DPS, and other enemies I feel like, wow, I have surprisingly little DPS. Whatever. The point is, this is a this is about average for a run that I could see beating 40 heat. And the rest is just carried by understanding of combat and mechanics. So, I mean, I can toot my own horn as much as I want, but there is a limitation to how high a heat you can go. Sea Storm. Oh, this is funny. I mean, it probably makes more sense to take Clouded Judgment for overall DPS, but Sea Storm is funny. Sea Storm would be really funny.
Now back to Cerberus.
All right.
No use.
So I can afford some boons from the shop. I can't afford the Zeus or the Hermes boon. Do I run an extra chamber for money? Let's see. No, I don't think it's worth it. So let's take the Athena boon for safety, or maybe a Palm.
Here's the fee.
Okay, yeah, getting it on Static Discharge is nice. Then Holy Shield, I think I don't know. Yeah, do I reroll for
Any other boons for me?
Deathless Stand? Okay, we definitely didn't need that, but we didn't get anything better. All right, I was just rerolling for Sure Footing.
Proved terribly effective once again.
Sure Footing would be nice because we do have heightened security on, and getting hit for 150 on a melee build is rough. Those pots are nasty, man. I don't know why they made those so strong. I mean, I do. They wanted to make the fight harder with more heat levels and to really punish you for taking heightened security and thinking it as a free 1 heat or 2
Who
heat.
shall be first to return home this time, do you suppose?
Hades, I've got 8 minutes on the clock, 3 Death Defiances, a whole lot of HP, and a decent DPS build. I think I know exactly who's heading back in a second. Would you like that fish, Hades? Alright, well, I'm going to focus on the boss fight because I do want to win here. Again, we don't have Extreme Measures 4 on, so I feel like that's super doable. But I do need to play safe. I am a melee build, and Hades with Force Overtime maxed out, a 40% attack and speed and move speed increase is still pretty scary. We got archers. Archers are a bit of a problem because they can melt my Evergreen Acorn very quickly. But with proper spacing, they're really not that much of a threat. And then we just toss out Poseidon Call and just do little laps around Hades. I missed that archer somehow. That's awkward. I figure we already broke its armor, so it should just, yeah, it just melts immediately. Wanted to get rid of the Revenant and not let it respawn. All right, we're looking pretty good. But yeah, look at our God Gauge. We are filling God Gauge incredibly fast. Like, we're already halfway full to Greater Call after just having used it. What are you doing there, bud?
Rise now from my realm and fight again.
I have to say, Hades' pathing when he phases gets really weird sometimes. Oh, all right. Well, there's the example of what I was mentioning before, where the archers just eat all of your. They eat all of your all of your Evergreen Acorn charges very quickly, but it's fine because Greater Call Poseidon is just so funny. I don't think I'm gonna stop. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Hold on. I don't think I'm going to stop him from getting those explosions off. I am legitimately losing my voice. I guess I've been talking for 2 hours. That makes sense. Oh well, we've almost got the run done.
Let's see you run from this.
Easy. I have 5 dashes, Hades. I can run from everything. Haven't you noticed? I'm like the slipperiest little Zagreus you've ever seen. All right, honestly, like with how well this is going, I'm honestly questioning the idea of maybe trying a 40 heat dash only run because I feel like it would be actually doable, which is just a disgusting thought. Like, I have proven my skill with 32 heat, right? And I think at this point I've made it. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, that is one of those instant Jeff confidence to karma moments if ever there was one. But we still have 2 Death Defiances. I don't care how confident I am. Like, I can just sit here and face tank him and punch him to death. But why do that when I can get another Greater Call and just like cheese it out? 3, 2. Oh, lasers. Hi, Dad. Oh, my goodness. He has 1 HP left. What? Oh, he died to jolted damage. That's really unfortunate. I wanted to finish him off with the call. Oh well.
Stubborn. You shrug off death as though it means nothing to you.
It really doesn't. Unfortunately, Hades. It really doesn't.
Must go.
But there we go, Kiwi. 40 heat on the Twin Fist complete. We only have the sword left. Oh my god, we only have the sword left. I don't want to do 40 heat with the sword. 32 heat was hard enough. But I got to. All right, let's see. So we honor Aspect of Demeter for sure. I mean, of course, Splitting Bolt and the attack would have to be on here, but we saved that for a second. Greatest Reflex. Oh my goodness, that was so good when it showed up. Poseidon's Aid again. Why not? Poseidon's Aid in the attack. There we go. 144 win streak and 176 total clears. We've only got one weapon to go, and then we have cleared every weapon at above 40 heat. Technically, we still need to do the shield again on this save file because that was on a separate save, the 45 heat clear. But I think I can prove. I think I've proven that I can very confidently do 40 heat.
I got one.
Oh my goodness, Kiwi!
Hey, it's a bass.
It's actually gonna happen. I'm honestly probably going to do a dash only.
Reflecting on his victory, Prince Zacharias observes how death can take hold in so many different ways. At times quite slowly, and at other times.
I genuinely think I'm going to do a dash only 40 heat attempt, but we'll save that probably for after we just do the basic weapons. I mean, honestly, thinking about it, I feel like the dash only run is going to be easier than the sword run.
Well, that was interesting.
Because as much confidence as I've built on the sword,
Welcome to the House of Hades. Glory and death.
I feel that I still am not good enough at not taking damage with it.
Experience is the greatest teacher, lad.
Especially without an Athenic dash, so I may have to cheese it out with a call build. We'll see.
Yet continue to perform your duties as you have.
But let's pet the...
Cerberus is comfortably at rest, observing all.
Let's pet the dog for good RNG.
Be good, boy.
He is a good boy.
You want more pets? I got more
All
pets
the
here,
pets
boy.
for Cerberus. All the pets. All dogs need pets. Unless they don't want pets, in which case you respect that. That's why the middle and the right heads don't get pets. Only left head likes pets. We've learned that. Oh my goodness, Kiwi. I can't believe it.
Gotta say, I like what you and Dusa did with this place.
I'm having so much fun with this game.
Just making sure the lounge is squeaky clean.
Squeaky, squeaky. That was the appropriate response, right, Kiwi? I don't think I really need diamonds. Do I? I probably buy it out of principle. I'm not. 100 gems is easy to come by.
Oh, now who's this dashing fellow?
It's me, Zagreus. All right, next, what have you got to say?
I shall keep you safe during your stay here, child.
Why, thank you, Nyx. If only you could keep me. If only you could keep me safe outside. I guess I should get back in line at some point. Cause of death, feasting. Good way to go. Eating yourself sick and sick to death. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, Kiwi. I guess. Does that mean it's the sword? I guess next. I'm not really looking forward to it. We'll definitely take aspect of Nemesis or maybe aspect of Poseidon. I'll figure it out off camera. I'll think about what makes most sense. Probably Poseidon, honestly, because I don't feel confident in my skill with Nemesis. Like, yeah, I can schmoove like this and do a heck ton of damage, but that's not going to keep me alive. With all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.